Namaste and welcome to Reviving with Mansi. Finally, we are here with the vlog from India to Canada flight and all the process. So make sure you watch the entire video because I am going to share all the process, all the steps you need to take at the Delhi airport or at the airport at the Canada, and about the permit, how to take the work permit, study permit, the immigration process, and of course that I have traveled in the business class Air India section. So I'll be sharing my experience. Was it worth it? The food, the sleep, the services, everything. So without further waiting, let's go ahead. And before that, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel because I'm going to share much more about my journey in Canada and all the process. So let's go. So my flight was at 5 a.m. and you can see that I'm all set to go with my heavy and vast luggage at the Delhi airport, ready to start my journey. And you can see that I'm all packed because it was winters. It was 9th of January, and also I was going to a country where, like Canada. So I had to prepare with my jacket and sweater and cap so that I don't end up feeling much cold. And then the next step is that you make sure that you have ArriveCan app in your phone. This is the app in which you just put all your details, and then this is to make sure that you are vaccinated. So here you put your vaccine certificate from any country you are going to Canada, and then it will show a barcode which will be scanned at the time of check-in at the Delhi airport. The check-in process was long and very anxious one, and I just had a whole lot of story and incident which I will be sharing in one of the next videos, that a whole lot of things happened. But anyways, now I just did all the process. I cleared everything up, and finally I just came out and ready to board the flight. You can see that now I have just deposited my luggage and have also collected my boarding pass and cleared the check-in process. Then here now I just enter into the Air India business class seat, the business class section. This was my first time traveling in the business class, so I was quite excited and I didn't know how it all will go. The flight was quite long, 16 hours of flight, and like 2 hours or 3 hours before and then after reaching also there. So it was like your whole day just gets invested into traveling. Then in the business class, I just found out that I was provided with the slippers to just wear and roam around in the aeroplane. There was a PPE kit with like this mask, sanitizer and everything, and then they provided some snacks, chips and namkeen, biscuits, protein bar and etc. I just kept my bag in front of me as there was a wide space to spread my legs and just do anything, and you could just keep your important stuff down also, or you could even keep it up. Now you can see that as it's business class, you could just lie down, the seat just slides in front. There was a blanket, a pillow provided, and there was also TV screens installed in front of you. And as it was time of the night, most of the people just slept right after boarding into the flight. Then here comes the most awaited part, the food. Like the air hostess just came to me. So the hostess came to me and then she asked me, what would you like to have in the breakfast? We have this and this. So there was pasta and idli, something, the South Indian food. So I just went for the South Indian one. So this is the food. So it's idli, upma, sambar, some sauces, butter, and this is like the chila. And then they also gave bread on the side, and then the dahi, and of course chutney with the South Indian food, napkins and cutlery, fruits which I love, and something sweet like it was a muffin, a fruit muffin, which is just nice. Like, it's like you are leaving your country and you're still getting to eat the food you love. So this is the best part of traveling in Air India. Then there is like, now I have taken the breakfast, and this is the shoe section where you could just put your shoes in, and I just got this big blanket. I could just keep it in front of me, and the temperature was quite cold, so everyone is in the blanket. And then this is me sitting on the chair relaxing, and there were many pillows given, so like there was nothing less of the pillows. And so I just kept one pillow underneath me, and like just for the comfort, and two pillows behind me. And you know you need that sleeping bag on the neck, which is a must. Then they came with some fruits, and I took a chiku and a banana, and I love chikus, so it was nice. And I had to just let you know, I didn't get chikus after a long time in Canada, so I'm glad that I got to eat a chiku in the flight. Then this is me watching a movie, as like after a while, at a point you're just done with reading books and everything and eating food, so just to refreshen, you just watch movies. So this was a rom-com movie, well spent 2.5 to 3 hours. Then I asked, like they were asking me, do you need anything to drink? So as I don't drink, so I asked him for a tea. It's chamomile tea. I just took out my book, which I took for reading, and I just read the book with a cup of tea and relaxed. And then like they came with the dinner just right after a few hours, but I was not that hungry at that time, so I took dinner a few hours. And here comes the dinner with some jeera rice, some mixed veg, dal makhni, or like rajma and urad ki dal, maa ki dal, and then there's butter, pickle, some chapati, bread, salad, dahi, and something like a strawberry flavor or something sweet was there with the cutlery, of course. It was nice. Like, and then there is also palak paneer. So the food you are served is like more than sufficient for a person, and also it was good in taste, well presented. And then when you are about to reach, you are given with a form, a kind of declaration form in which you fill in your details that you are not carrying anything illegal or which is not allowed. And later I will show you, like you could even do it electronically, but you are like still required to fill this form and carry it with you. Finally, we landed at the Vancouver airport. I landed on the same day because Canada is like 11.5 to 13 hours behind India by our airport. Finally, we landed to the airport and we are outside going towards the checkout, collecting the luggage. It was a beautiful airport. There is like this fish aquarium with some jellyfishes. So it was a well-built one, very big, and like I had to walk a lot with my bags. Now as you go out, you could just see I was talking about electronically submitting your declaration form. So these are the machines, white machines with some green light. You could just see there are many of them. This machine scans your passport, and then you put in your details. It takes your picture, and then it just prints out the declaration, which you could just later show to the officer. At the end, it was
asking that I declare that I'm not carrying anything illegal. This is the huge queue for going out, and there are officers which are checking you. It was nothing difficult. They just asked you a few questions and then you are good to go.
After clearing the immigration, then I went for the permit, the work permit or the study permit, and this is the most important part. So make sure you listen carefully. Then I went there, I found the office and I went there first instead of collecting my luggage, because if I would have collected my luggage first, then there would have been a long queue for the permit. So I went there and I didn't have to wait much because there were only 10 to 15 people in front of me. After I went, and then there were 30 to 40 people behind me. So you could just collect your permit first instead of your luggage. Then I went there, and let me just tell you that the officers were strict. They were interrogating you, asking you a lot of questions, and it was not only me. I could see that they were asking to everyone, so they were taking it pretty seriously. So I went there, and then they asked me about my university, my funds, how I will be investing, and my scholarship, or am I getting any support from my family, questions like this. And I got a POE letter from the Canadian Embassy in India. So I took that, and the letter stated that I will be allowed entry into the Canada on port of entry, but then the officer there will make sure that would I be given a permit or not. Then they asked me, and then they finally issued me the permit. So I was quite confident, but still they scared me. I was worried that would I be able to go out of the airport or not. So make sure you just are telling the truth, no lies, be confident, and just make sure your every document is correct. And then if you are going for the work permit, they were asking questions like, have you been denied entry ever in Canada? Where are you going to live now? What will be your address, the PIN code, or any phone number contact? And have you ever been issued the passport before, or were you given study permit before and now you are applying for the work permit? So questions like this. So it will be quite detailed, and they will be taking it seriously. Then I got my permit. Just to add here, one person lost his passport, and it was big of a issue. So you need to make sure your passport is your treasure. Keep it safe. Your passport, your money, your documents, they are your life when you are abroad or just going internationally somewhere. And then of course your phone, because most of your documents and your details and contact information are in your phone. So keep these 4 things very, very safe. So after this we went out, and they were randomly selecting people for the COVID test and the quarantine, and luckily I was not selected for the COVID test or the quarantine, so it just saved me 1 to 2 hours at the airport, and then of course a few days of quarantine afterwards, so I didn't have to do that.
And finally I'm out in Canada, Vancouver, enjoying the view. It was a tough and tiring journey, but finally it just went good.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure you press the like button and comment below anything you have in your mind, and you can also ask me questions on my Instagram @revivingwithmansi. The link is in the description box below. You can connect with me there, and do share this video with anyone you think is going to travel to Canada or anywhere else, and just for fun, how the process could be, the experience could be, the business class and all the documents you need, and how tiring the things and time consuming the things could be. So you can share this video with anyone, and make sure you subscribe to stay connected and stay updated about my journey and the process and my experiences. And I also post content related to health and lifestyle, so make sure you check that out. Until next time, namaste, keep reviving.